Welcome! We're doing something new here, so I want to give you a little bit of an introduction on what's happening, and then I'm going to launch right into my speech therapy session for you. You heard me right. I'm going to give you a full, free speech therapy session on how to make the S sound. My name is Ellen. I'm a speech language pathologist, and right now I do telehealth. I've done it for about 3 years, and S clients are some of my most frequent flyers, and we turn those S's right around and I send them away feeling confident, producing and articulating their S sounds just fine. I'm making this series for you now because I had a lot of people message me on Instagram saying that they had children who just can't quite seem to tackle the S sound and they need a little extra help. And so that's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to recreate my sessions that I would do with a client online for you right now, give you all of the tools that you need, but I'm going to break it into lessons. So this is the first of a multi-part series. I'll upload videos every Thursday until we're done. So check back in every Thursday for the follow-up part to this S series, okay? The only thing that's lacking, the fact that it's not an actual interactive session, is your feedback. So the one thing I'm going to ask of you is to please leave a comment down below letting me know any questions you have, or give me some unique needs that you may have. If there is something that I need to know about you that I can do differently to help you, I would really love to hear that so I can tailor these videos to my audience's unique needs. And I will actively respond and interact with you so that we can make it as much like speech therapy as possible. Okay, let's get started. Welcome to your first speech therapy session. My name is Ellen and I am so excited to work with you. We are going to have a ton of fun together and we are going to fix that S sound. So if you're watching this video, it's probably because you may say the S sound something like this or this. One of those two. I'm guessing that that's how you might say the S sound. We're going to fix that. Today's session, we're going to break it into 3 parts. The first, I'm going to teach you the magic trick to make your S sound. It's magic. Use my trick and it's going to work. You're going to say the S sound perfectly. The second part, we're going to do some practice. We're going to drill that S sound. You're going to learn how to make it, repeat it, repeat it, repeat it. Then the last part, I'm going to send you away with some homework for the week. Then you'll come back next week and we will build on what you learned. You ready to get started? Okay, let's start off with my magic S trick. You ready for it? Because it's gonna blow your mind. I want you to make the T sound 3 times, just like this. Watch. T, t, t. You do it. Okay. Now that you've made the T sound, I want you to think, where was my tongue when I made the T sound? Speech therapy is a little funny because you're having to now think about your lips and your tongue and where it is in your mouth. And that's not something you've ever probably done when you've spoken before, right? You probably just talk and you don't even think about where your tongue and your teeth and your lips are and what they're doing. But that's what we're going to do together. So the T sound. Where was your tongue? T, t. If you said, or if you thought, it's up behind the back of your front teeth, you're right. The fancy term for that place in your mouth is the alveolar ridge. Right here. You don't see your tongue shooting through your teeth, do you? No. It's back and it's behind your top teeth. T, t, t. I want you to say the T 3 times again. This time, pay attention to where your tongue is in your mouth. T, t, t. You do it. Okay. Now we're going to say the T again 3 times. Pay attention to where your tongue is. Now pay attention to what your lips are doing. T, t, t. What shape were your lips in? Were they a circle? Were they half of a watermelon? Were they relaxed? What were they doing? Well, if you were doing it the way I was doing it, they're kind of in a smile. So our tongue is behind our top teeth. Our lips kind of half watermelon shape in a smile. Now I want you to say it one more time. I know we're working on the S here, but trust me here, this is my magic trick. One more time, and I want you to feel the air that's coming out. Pay attention to your tongue, to your mouth, and now to the air. Listen to me first. Feel that air blow right out of your mouth? You're releasing a burst of air as you say that sound. Now we're going to shape that T into an S. Watch how I do this. We're going to call it the lazy T. I'll do it first, and I want you to just try after me. But keep in mind, your tongue needs to be where? Up on your alveolar ridge, up behind your two front teeth. Your lips need to be in a smile. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say the T, and then I'm going to kind of make a little whistly sound, release that T, and make it a lazy T. Watch me. I felt the air come out, and instead of a burst of air, I just slowly released that air. My tongue was still up behind my top teeth, and my lips are still in a smile shape. My tongue did not come through my two front teeth, stayed right there, but I just made a lazy T sound. Watch me again. Now I want you to try it. Keep in mind where your tongue is, what your lip shape is, and feel that air come out as you say it. Start with a T and just get nice and lazy and release it. Watch me first. Sounds like an S. How about you try it? So that is my magic trick. If you ever need to remind your mouth how to make the S sound, start off with a T. If you feel that your tongue's sliding through your teeth or the air is coming out the sides, if you're sounding like this, or if you're sounding like this, I want you to rewind the video, watch back all the techniques that I just told you, and practice it until it sounds crisp and clear and like an S sound. There are 3 things you need to be mindful of: where your tongue is, what your lip shape is, and that the air flows straight through the front of the teeth. If you're making it wrong, if it sounds like this, the airflow is going to be stopped and you won't be able to say a lazy T. So go back and modify it until you can say that lazy T perfectly. Rewind the video as many times as you need to practice. Then once you got it, let's move on to the next step. Okay, are you ready to practice? Because something I can tell you about mastering your S sound is it requires a lot of practice. So that's what I'm going to ask of you. Think of it like a sport. If you want to perfect your form in whatever sport you're playing, you have to do drills. If it's basketball, I don't know anything about sports, but let's just say it's basketball and you're practicing how to dribble. If you're dribbling with the wrong part of your hand for a very long time, and then you need to correct your form, it's going to take some time to practice the correct way. Same thing with the S sound. So if you have been practicing or saying your S's like this or like this for as long as you know, and now we're practicing it the right way, you can imagine it's going to take a lot of time to perfect that. So just be patient. And today, we're not going to practice it in words or in sentences. Definitely not in conversation. We will build up to that. All I want you to focus on this week, today, and then the rest of this week is mastering it just by itself. Just mastering that crisp, clear S sound. So let's go ahead and get started with some drill practice. Mentally now, go through your checklist of where your tongue should be. Where should it be? Up behind your top 2 teeth on your alveolar ridge. What shape should your lips be in? That little smile, half watermelon shape. And what sound should you start off with? The T. Lazy T. You're going to always start nice and crisp on that T. Tss. Release the air into a nice, even, small stream of air. Once you've got all 3 of those things in place, we're going to start with 10 long S sounds. I'm going to model it for you first. I've got my tongue behind my teeth, my lips in the shape of a half of a watermelon, and I'm going to start with a T. It's going to be long, and I'm going to hold it out until I run out of air. So listen to me first. So as long as you're able to exhale air as if you were to like take a breath and let out your air, you should be able to do the same thing with your S sound. Because as long as your tongue is right up behind your top teeth, it shouldn't disrupt the airflow. So I want you to try that 10 times. It's going to, take a while. 10 long S sounds. So what I want you to do is pause the video right here. Make 10 long S sounds. Here's where you're going to correct yourself though. If you feel the stream of air stop, like this. It stopped. Or if you sound like this. If it sounds like it's getting a little muffled, if your stream of air stops, something isn't right. So always go back, recheck your form, make sure your tongue's in the right spot, your lips are shaped like a half of a watermelon, and you're starting off with that T and you're releasing a nice small stream of air. That's what's going to give you that perfect form. And each time, each 10 of the times that you do it, it should be a crisp, clear, long, lazy T or S sound that you make. So go ahead, pause the video right here, and let's pick right back up when you're done. Okay, if you completed all of those 10 long S sounds, you're ready now for your 10 short S sounds. Think of it like, you're touching something hot. I even like to do little gestures with it to kind of trick my mind into making the right sound. So if you've ever, hopefully, not touched a hot stove, but if you've heard something sizzle, that sound, tss, that's what we're gonna do, but nice and short. So watch me. My tongue's behind my teeth, my lips are in a half watermelon, and I'm starting with a T. But I am gonna release just a little bit of air to make a nice, crisp, clear S sound, but short. Listen to me first. So if you heard, I did start with a T. It's very dramatic. I'm making it very crisp, very clear, but just to train my tongue for the correct placement. But you're just gonna release a quick burst of air right after each of those T's, and it's gonna sound like a really crisp S sound. So let me model one of them one more time for you, then go ahead and pause the video and do 10 on your own. Here we go. Got it? Okay, go ahead and pause the video now. Do 10 of those on your own. Click play when you're ready to start back up again. Okay, you have completed the whole first session. The main takeaways from today's video are about the tongue placement, your lip shape, and what sound you need to say first. So where should your tongue be in your mouth to make the S sound? We've said it a lot of times, right behind your top 2 teeth on your alveolar ridge. Now, what shape should your lips be in? Smiling, half a watermelon. I like the watermelon analogy because who doesn't love a nice, slice of watermelon? And then, what sound should you make first? A T. So with all 3 of those things in mind, I want you to take all that information and go out this week and practice. Here's your homework. Every morning and every evening, I want you to do 3 sets. Each of your sets is going to be 10 short S sounds and 10 long S sounds, just like we just did. You're going to do that 3 times. So here's your set. 10 short, 10 long. You're going to do it again. 10 short, 10 long. Then you're going to do it again. 10 short, 10 long. Done. That's how you're going to wake up in the morning, and that's how you're going to go to sleep. That's all. Come back next week. We'll resume with our next lesson, which is going to be saying the S sound in words. But don't worry about that this week. We're just going to master the S sound. We're going to master that lazy T, the nice, crisp, clear S. All right? Make sure you do your homework. Your 3 sets of 10 short, 10 long S's in the morning and the evening. And I will see you back here again next Thursday for lesson 2. Thank you. Bye.